What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to the RiftGuides WildRift video. We have a true gem for you, something truly unique you haven't seen before. A Yone Nunu duo Q. Okay, how does it work? First off, the Nunu is going to help the Yone speed clear his jungle to accelerate him. This sounds so obscene, but let's take a look how to execute this and what advantages they generate through this type of gameplay. I'm very curious to see this one because I haven't seen this one ever. So let's see how good it truly is and what advantages they generate from the very early state of the game. How cute is that one, by the way? Very interesting walking animation. China exclusive, by the way. Classic. The trump of the Nunu. Now he starts leashing blue buff already. Attack speed buff given over. Transition happens beautifully here. Nunu has trump again soon. Yep, trumping happens. And he continues again. And look, this has been practiced. Oh, never mind. They messed up. Me about to glaze, instant punish. That's so sad. Oh man, imagine that would have been perfect. Would have been so good. A slight miscalculation though. Meanwhile, bot lane already losing. Unfortunately. The left alone Sivir is getting dove, even though that should not be the case. Not with these champions they have, and not as a Sivir. There must have been some unfortunate trading happening. 6 HP, cutting it close. Mr. Nunu makes his appearance, level 1, wants to destack some of the support item. Varus spotted, flashed on, flashes away, but now the red buff gaming. Another auto, and a kill has been secured. Worth. Is Yasuo actually hitting the crab? Ah, he was just second Q. Yone's worst part of the game will now end. Oh, looking for an angle here. Could be a free kill with E-ult. Or just, yeah, not even needed. Just quickly collecting that kill. But he has to stop the play now and then go for a reset. Ooh, does he go for another play here? No way, unless they get like a really good angle. Oh, bro's a professional. Oh. Bro was not that much of a professional. Okay, huge recall here. Berserker screws into the pocket of the man. Does he go double dagger? No, he goes longsword and the brawler's glove. Interesting choice. Nyla with the mid lane gank here. Double ult by the Annie and the Nyla. No real escape. Oh, they're in real trouble down there. Like, everybody is kind of bleeding right now, but this could be a very good play. Jumps in, is on top of the Nyla, doesn't really get the kill, but clears the wave and goes back to his own jungle. EXP has been secured as well as everything else. Nunu is down there. No way, 1 HP and a double kill. At least they get 1 back. That is such a tragedy, honestly. Such a sad tragedy. But what can you do? Position happening here again. With Yone, it's also just basically a game against time for the enemy team, because the moment you have 2 items on this champion, it becomes rather illegal with the amount of damage you do. Because don't forget, Yasuo and Yone both are champions that, if you compare them to typical AD carries, have their power spike on 2 items, where they reach 100% crit, whereas AD carries need 4 for that one. Hits the ultimate here, jumps on top of the Varus, will get him here, easy kill pickup, and now the Nunu is tanking, another easy kill for the Yone, and now it's time to take down this tower here, or at least get a bunch of platings until the enemy Annie probably walks around the corner with ultimate. Oh, no they don't, they just jump on the poor little mid laner again. But they'll get this tower here. Yeah, not much to do for him there. They'll get this tower here into a reset, into a fully completed BT. And the question is, what does he go after? Does he go for a crit glove again if he has the money? Like on his next item? Is he just going to buy a cloak of agility or agility to have the 100% crit, or not 100%, 90% crit? The Nunu is a little bit of a chomper. Or we can stack Q3 here on these crooks. Oh, Nunu will actually just hunt her down. They might reach here. Flash after her. Big damage coming in. And the drawback, instant kill. And the Yone goes back to farming. Okay, so basically as a summary for this type of gameplay, this is the best if your AD carry is a champion that is self-sufficient, that doesn't really need any assistance early game, that can just survive these like situations. Champions like Jhin can do so if you're paying close attention, or you just mess up the jump. Champions like Varus can do so, Ezreal can do so, like all of these champions have the ability to do so. Now the Nunu facilitates another dive here, jumps in to tank the tower, and Bessa is in a lot of trouble, gets killed, and another kill goes over to them. The enemy team will most likely play for the dragon, but it seems like the Yone wants to fight. The Yone doesn't want to yield any objective, because I think his goal is to just fight, rather than to secure one objective. I think that is the best possible play he can do, given the amount of gold he has, and it looks like he's about to do that. Gets the Q3 stacked here, Nyla about to walk in, pops the plant here, goes in with the Q3, Nyla pops W, so now the Nyla doesn't have any security anymore, and the Tibbers is already out here. Exhaust comes in, Ambessa is here too, and they played relatively slow. Nunu hits the big ultimate again, and he will just die, and Nyla doesn't really have anything. Her W comes up soon again if she doesn't have it already. I don't know why she's walking back, but W comes back up, BT has been triggered. But yeah, like, she really could have just lived and give everything up, or at least walk away and hope that the Yone goes for the dragon immediately, or she just goes to the other side, but now she loses everything. Her life, her jungle, time on the map, like so many things. And the worst thing is the Yone can just reset now after this if he truly wants to, buy an item and walk to Herald and force another fight in that area. That is the worst thing that can happen to Nyla, because now he is just completely unleashed. He has 2 items, 100% crit, and can now itemize into anything he wants. And don't forget, Yone is buying more crit, which directly translates into more AD as well. Also something you have to keep in mind. And it gets even worse with, I think, IE. Like, if he goes for, like, full crit items, things will be very interesting damage-wise, I think. Fight already happening. Enemy secures the Herald or the Enchanted Ensemble. Yone looks for an angle, jumps in deep, the Yasuo connects with an ultimate immediately after. The fight seems to be over, so Yone can just walk into the top side unless something else happens here. He's going to pre-stack the Q3 again to find an angle. Goes in, gets one, will run down the Varus here. Easy kill, he's way too fat. Even the exhaust cannot do anything. And now the Ambessa also falls because she wants too much, they cannot defend. They need to understand that the Yone is so much accelerated that it doesn't matter, like a tower is not going to protect you in any shape, way or form. You need damage dealers there that can actually assist you. And now the Yone gets even more gold. Look at this huge, humongous, omega huge bot lane wave. Nunu also rolls in to just destack his item, his support item, and now they'll collect the farm here, and then Yone will just look into his jungle again, because there's nothing happening on the map. Yone can just full clear the bot side and then look for recall, and isn't forced to recall immediately. But yeah, just very important to just keep that one in mind, that you don't want to overclear your own jungle, especially if you're so far ahead, because you can look for aggressive plays on the other side. Now he goes for a reset, and then he can invade the enemy bot side again, because he knows about the timers there. He spotted Nile on the other side of the map, so you can simply just walk there in the strongest form possible, and force another play there if he isn't too late. Now the Nunu should also be on the way there, just to make sure that there's enough backup. And the enemy team's also around there, but there potentially is going to be another fight. And I think it's just very important that we are aware of these possibilities, just with the power of timers on the map. Oh, QSS connects here. Ooh, so much CC, but BT is a blessing. Time to full heal for a second. That's actually not that much healing, to be fair. BT now on cooldown, that's something that actually killed me so many times. Nyla flashed away. That is pretty good for the upcoming Nasher. Plus we have the ability to, close. If that connected, it would have been so good, but now she dies. The thing is, this kill is not relevant at all. Because she'll be alive again by the time Nasher spawns, and the flash would be way more important to have this flash, because he already has gold. Like, it doesn't matter if she gets a kill or not, because it's just more gold right now. But at this point of the game, you want your kills to matter more than just gold, because you have an abundance of gold, and now he will die and feed the enemy. Yeah, look, this has just happened because of, like, overreaching. Like, this is just a huge mistake, especially around the key time. Well, you just can't keep it in your pants, unfortunately. We've all been there. Now you change his boot to, plated steel caps. And this one death gave the enemy a way back into the game, by the way. This one death. He has to be mindful. As E up, looks for an angle, goes into the Annie, QSS is in, Yasuo follows, they get one. He ults away just to be sure, but the enemy is fully stacked up. It's really sketchy here. The Civ is trying to deal as much damage as possible. He jumps in, tries to get one back, but doesn't have enough damage to do so. His entire team is dead, and the funny thing is, the entire thing that happens here, like the entire sequence, is entirely his fault for dying in front of the enemy base, because he flashed for fun. Goes in with a big combo. Big shield from his W. Another follow-up here. Gets another one. Needs to be mindful of the Ambassador picking up the fruit. This could be very close. Needs to be mindful about the Ambassador not turning on him. W being wasted here. He has the power to turn. Nice spacing. Very patient here. And just one-taps her. This is an absolutely free Nasher now. He can just clear the wave here, prepping the next wave as it's about to clash with the other wave. And Nuno just has to tank this. Just anybody has to tank this because... it's just the easiest way. This kill doesn't matter at all. She's not worth any money, but it's just free. Doesn't really matter. If he died, it would have been pretty bad. And he has another reset angle for an Infinity Edge. The enemy Nyla can't just walk there alone so fast because it's too much of a risk. DD would be such a huge investment for him even earlier because he's already so fed. The only thing that could happen to him is actually die early. So building an item that allows you to at least recoup like a bunch of HP you've taken as damage is really powerful. Well, it also grants you damage, right? So from an itemization point of view, it could have been better to have DD earlier, given that he was slapping them with his wallet already for quite some time. Okay, we can look for an angle here again. He has EQ free, depending where the enemy is. Varus is being spotted. Nice. Unfortunately, that missed, but he gets one kill because he has too much damage. Annie also tippers. We don't have QSS anymore. Annie has still the jump available. Jump goes through, but nothing happens. Now Nuno looks for an angle. We get CC chained here. Maybe. Okay, we don't. Now Yone has to just back off either into the enemy jungle or into the bot side. Because there's a wave incoming. Like, he can play whatever side he wants to. But it needs to at least follow the logic of going for the next possible objective. Okay, he goes for a recall, okay. DD being picked up, his entire team, or like the vast majority of his team, was not even on the map anymore. So it's fine. Now, all the gold he gains is basically luxury gold. It doesn't really matter. These buffs, though, they matter because they're team-wide. And these team-wide buffs make such a huge difference if they get, like, as the game goes on, especially red buff. Yeah, this person is just dead. She has 125 armor. Connects with... That is so awkward. That is so awkward. That is one of the ways to actually lose the game. Okay, Sona just walks in for fun. Ambassador survives. And this is so bad. This could be so bad because of what happened. He's holding the flash just in case the enemy tries for a play. Flashes away, turns around. Look at the damage he just did. And DD is coming in clutch. DD is single-handedly carrying this game after Mordekaiser tried his hardest to lose. So for this game, there was like one omega key mistake he committed to. And this key mistake was actually going for a fun kill on the Annie with flash. And then didn't immediately run away on Nasher timer. So he died, lost the shutdown to enemy hypercarry, around Nasher time, which gave them a way back into the game, and then the game got extended. Like, this is something you have to familiarize yourself with. Thank you. when it comes to this game. You can play the perfect game, but if you int around key moments, you just lose the game. And there's like, but my team. Yes, but you made the conscious decision around that time to throw it completely away on your own. It's just something you have to keep in mind. Because especially in jungle, you have that kind of power. You just have this kind of power to just always do whatever you want. Nunu again going for the lovely clear shenanigans. You love to see it. What the hell is the enemy team cooking? Why is there 10 people mid lane? Hmm? Why is there 10 people mid lane? Oh, a rat has been spotted. Well, this could go very bad. But yeah, we live in a world where... Oh my god, the Yasuo is stuck alone. He gets denied here. Ult is being casted very soon. Goes over the wall here. Enemy is not in range anymore. Goes for the double lineup. Hits the double lineup. Gets one. Has E available if he really wants to. Gets another one. That was really, really close. And now they'll even get the buff here as well. No. Can they even commit for another camp? That is insane. But now he has to recall after this, right? Because if Lee Sin comes from base, life is going to be so tough. Smite will kill this. Oh my god, they're such greedy piglins. But luckily the wall setup allows for this one, because Lee Sin seems to be on the other side of the map, which is a little bit weird because there should nothing be available apart from the crab, given his pathing, right? But yeah, again, we have an absolutely insane early game power level wise, and this guy is going to absolutely take over now. There's nothing the enemy can do realistically at this point, unless the Yone chooses to lose. Like, this is a situation, and it's all about choice, and Yone's only choice, like, it's up to Yone to choose to lose at this point. Lee Sin again, being forced to make plays. Lee Sin seems to be walking around here, looking for a reset. Oh no, Lee Sin. You should have known that he'd be here. Okay, nice combo by the Lee Sin and the Yasuo. Oh my god, this is so sad. Yeah. The unfortunate combo, the no counterplay, get own combo. What can be done? That is a little bit tough because, yeah. The moment Yasuo is invisible on the map, there needs to be so much respect because of this stupid combo. Because they can always guarantee like the full setup of CC with Lee Sin kick into Yasuo ult, and then everybody hits everything over such a long time period. It's just too much DPS. So this game again, I bet you he will swap to plated as the game goes on. Because it's simply way too important. BT in base, he might just go base immediately after this. Yeah. And now again, he might have the possibility, in terms of power level, to just walk into enemy blue buff. But he needs to be really careful. The enemy team has Lulu and the Yasuo with Lee Sin. So there's a lot of knockups involved, which makes life super difficult. Okay, Lee Sin going in, going for the kick here. Ults on that kick. Oh no. They will both die, and Yasuo, not Yasuo. The enemy Lee Sin will most likely lose the entire bot side too. Yeah, he goes for the consistent play, because if enemy team has sums, it's very unlikely that this play works out. He doesn't really have ult. So I'd rather go for the free goal, but apparently the enemy's committing to this one. So Yone can just jump the wall, hop in from behind, enemy flashes into him, and hello, little friend, hello, Raton. And now he can just go back again. Like, he can just get some plating gold and then walk in there again, if he truly wants to. But they might just take the tower and he goes for a recall. It's very likely that the Lee Sin is behind the Camille. Why is the Lee Sin trolling? That's Challenger. It's Challenger, by the way. I'm just gonna put this into perspective. It's Challenger, by the way. Like, in what unholy goddamn low MMR are we playing? Like, the Lee Sin's most obvious play was to go topside, clear out his topside as he commits for the bot side tower, and dive the Rumble. Dive the Camille, or force something on the Camille. There's just no way he does this. Like, bro is on that Zaza. I have no idea. Plays happening. Ulting over to just... Okay, if you're wondering why he's ulting over, he just wants to get there as fast as possible and stay there. If he E's over earlier, he might have to snap back and then is out of the fight, and that would be terrible. And Lee Sin is going to lose his top side too. 9. No. No. Or does he want to protect his own bot side? No. What is he doing? Huh? That is a huge mistake. Huge mistake by Yone. Humongous mistake. Because we saw Lee Sin, and if we assume Lee Sin takes Dragon and invades our bot side, we would instantly invade his top side after, because we couldn't, like, if we go base, we can't match the tempo change, I think. Because he will be there in time. Ult connects here, Nunu is still tanking, bro gets one shot, collected. Twitch is here, Lee Sin is here, yeah, I really hate that play. I really hate that play. I'll go back in time and explain what I mean. Okay. Like, okay, like you see here. Hold up. Okay. So right now, decision making. Q happens. Like, we would know that they're on this because of earlier, right here. Like, we see Lee Sin is down here. So our plan would be to stack Q3, like we kill this, and we use our Q3 to go over to the wall into his top side. Because we got earlier confirmation that the Crocs are up, and we just have the timers on the map. Because since we started here, Lee Sin started here somewhere earlier. It's like it's roughly linked up, and we have the timers from earlier. So we need to be in there, and then our play would be chicken, red, crux, tower, recall. Because we would assume that Lee Sin goes into our bot side. And then we can do whatever. And that's the consistent approach of the play. So let me go forward again. Okay. Like, this is just a... Like, it's standard jungle gameplay. How you want to abuse enemy's position to your advantage, assuming that the enemy is also somewhat human. Because again, we gave the enemy now back into the game, money-wise. When we could have taken away more money from them and give them 0. Because consistent and no counterplay choice. Which then allows us to go to a point where we can do whatever we want. Which in this game, to be fair, I don't really think we can ever do that. Because they're too scary, like the champions are too scary. Twitch Lulu are coming from the left in 3, 2, oh, there they are. Damn, don't even need map hack for that one, yeah? Nice flash by them. Have to be really careful. That one dies, Lee Sin connects with the Q. The Nunu has to... What Nunu needs to do in some of these instances is he has to be like the body blocker for the Lee Sin. Like, the Lee Sin is not allowed to hit a Q on that guy. So he'll just stand in front if possible. His BT just broked. That's funny. That is a huge loss again. Something that you also need to be really much aware of is BT cooldown timer. It's really a huge difference when, like, let's say you play in voice comms, yeah? Done recently, so. And you just talk about cooldowns, like, hey, does Xayah have ult? And you say no. Does Xayah have BT cooldown? No. And that just can make such a huge difference because you can just jump on them and kill them because they're so much squishier. So much squishier. He's a gazillionaire. This play, like, forcing this play can... Okay, Lee Sin is on the other side of the map. Just needs to be mindful. Okay. Now, like, we could not have known that this play would develop in this way. And Windwall shouldn't work against Nunu Snowball unless he deattaches the Snowball, right? Because Nunu Snowball only counts as a projectile the moment he deattaches from it. I think, right? Any tellers? Any knowers? He's a gazillionaire. Like, he has to find a moment in time where he can actually go base. Bro wants that wave. He wants so much. Like, he's so greedy for 0. Because he has so much money and he's just ruining his own tempo running around. Not spending his gold right now. Only 6 collector stacks. What can do with only 6 collector stacks? Not powerful enough. Look at the damage he does to the Twitch. It's so much damage. Ooh, going away from the Rumbly as well. Pretty good. BT coming in clutch is a triple kill. Will he die to the Yasuo? Yep, he does. It's the crit brothers. It's simply too much damage. Do they end here? No. I just want to skip the death. Listen on the other side of the map. Securing the second dragon. Oh no. A dragon. What can do? How can win? Dragons are so powerful. For people who don't know, I hate dragons. They suck. Right, needs to change them ASAP. Damn, bro, crits for 1200 on a minion? Huh. Ah. Yeah. Any questions? He is up again. Nunu is the one scouting for him, by the way. Like, he's scouting for him, hoping that he gets, like, a hit. Oh my god, the damage. And then he just jumps in. Okay, why are we kicking the Nunu? Like, what does the Nunu matter, bro? You kill the Yone. The Yone does not have QSS. The Yone, if you kick the Yone, that is your only chance. Like, if you look at into the game, Lee Sin, like, your best chance at winning is, since he doesn't have QSS, is a combo, again, that we did see in the early game, of Yasuo Yone. Sorry, Yasuo Lee Sin. And then he's stuck in that CC animation, then he just dies. But again, we don't see that one happening. Bro also just got tapped. Just very, very important to just always remember these things. Nice, satisfying wave clear. And perfect, there's even chickens. So you can approach. Oh, if that angle was a tiny bit better. If that angle was a tiny, tiny bit better, he would have completely wiped them. A very interesting strategy. Bonk. And if you want to watch the last 2 games, these 2, you see Challenger here, then check out their link in the description below. If you want more content, feel free to check out my second channel of gameplay. And other than this, have a beautiful day and take care. Bye bye.